The Raptors end up choking against the Orlando Magic 130 to 120 in Orlando. And, I don't usually use the word choking lightly, but that's exactly what happened at the end of this game. We have a lot of things that we have to discuss. There are some things that we have uh, to get you to understand how this game ended up the way that it did. There are a lot of things that we have to go to because first, I was so excited with the way that things were going up until the third quarter, once again, that second half. And specifically, not even just the second half in this one, it was the fourth quarter. But we got some things that we got to talk about before we even get there. Some alarming numbers at that, and just a whole bunch of things that we have to discuss. And, I'm not even going to lie. Why is this ESPN going off in my pocket? There are a whole bunch of things that we got to discuss because I am actually legitimately pissed right now. And I don't get too pissed off after watching Raptors games because I understand it's sports and I get it. I've been around it professionally long enough at this point. But there are times like this game specifically, there are a couple times during the season where I actually get really pissed. Okay. I'm so pissed I took the damn mic guard off. Okay. God damn it. This game, so obviously you still know no Jakob Pertl clearly in this game. And, a lot of us wanted to see how the Raptors were going to rebound after how they finished that putrid loss against the New York Knicks, right? Toronto allowed 72 points on 59.1% shooting against the New York Knicks in that second half, right? And so because of that, we're really looking at what they're trying to do defensively tonight. That's what I was looking at. And also on the road, Raptors are 16-9, fourth best in the NBA. And so the starters in this game are quickly, once again, Barrett, Ingram, Barnes, and obviously Colin Murray Boyles is still starting at that center spot. And Orlando starts off on a 13-4 run. And the Raptors look pretty damn confused offensively, making some poor defensive choices. Orlando's making threes, and pay attention to that when I say Orlando's making threes, because that seemed to be a trend going forward in this game. And so Brandon Ingram picks up his second foul with 7:57 remaining in that first quarter. And now I'm hoping I'm not going to be concerned about this going forward in this game. He's going to have to watch how he plays defensively because with that second foul, you can't play as aggressive as you typically do because the refs are going to be on you. They're going to be watching, right? And if you pick up that third foul with you being the best scorer, obviously that's going to create problems for our offense going forward, clearly. The Raptors respond, however, on an 11-2 run, 10-2 advantage now with Raptors points in the paint, and that's with 6:12 remaining in that first quarter. And they were sharing the ball. They were pushing the tempo, and Brandon Ingram was 3 of 6 from the field. He had 7 points with 3:05 remaining in that first quarter. But Brandon Ingram overall in this game in 35 minutes had a point per minute. He had 35 points in this game, 13 of 23 from the field, 4 of 8 from three-point range, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers. No turnovers, a steal, and a block in this one. And the Raptors, like I mentioned, end up pushing the ball, but then the bench comes in and are given some good minutes as well, right? So Jacoby Walter, I talked to you guys about that, how happy I am to have him back in the lineup. Jamal Shed as well. Mamu in that lineup, giving you some good minutes defensively, I thought as well, because, typically we're used to seeing Mamu do some really good things offensively. But I find these last few games and tonight, especially as well, he was a bit more physical, giving you some good minutes on the defensive end as well. Fast break points 9-5 in favor of the Raptors with 1 minute and 1 second remaining on the clock. And another thing that I did mention, I'm going to talk about this a bit later with Colin Murray Boyles. Jamal Shed is passing up 7-foot floaters to pass it out for contested threes. Why the hell do they keep doing this? This is pissing me the hell off. I understand the way that basketball is played now. It's a 3-point shooting game. I get it. But when you have easy floaters and layups underneath the rim with nobody contesting you, why the hell are you passing it back out for contested 3-point shots? Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
It's happening over here during whole season. I've been holding it back. It's a complete crap. This is completely BS. This is shame. Shame for the referees, shame for the league to allow this.
But anyway, after that first quarter, it was only a 1-point lead for the Orlando Magic, 29-28. And yes, the Raptors did have a slow start, but midway through that first quarter, you saw them pick it up a bit on both ends of the floor. And what I liked offensively, like I mentioned, they were sharing the basketball. That is the good thing about this. And boy, do I have some alarming numbers for you guys when it comes to these team stats. I'm just looking at some of these right now, and my goodness. Anyway, we will talk about that in just a second. And the crazy thing is, there are some really good things that I see in these team stats as well. But man, anyway, second quarter, back-to-back unforced turnovers, which was not good to start that second quarter. And now Desmond Bane at one point in this play. So Emmanuel quickly gets a steal, and he's going one-on-one against Desmond Bane in transition. Desmond Bane takes him and throws him to the ground like a rag doll, pretty much. And Agbaji gets in Desmond Bane's face. Everybody comes and breaks it up. It's just a little fake fight here. But they go to the monitor and they upgrade it to a flagrant 1. And so the crazy thing about this is Agbaji ends up getting a technical foul for getting in the face of Desmond Bane. So even after all this, Desmond Bane goes to the free throw line because of the technical from Agbaji, makes the free throw, and then quickly goes to the line and misses 2. So even after all of that, Orlando still ends up going up with a free throw because we ended up missing that free throw anyway. Guys, I almost blew a gasket here. Colin Murray-Boyles did it again. And when I say did it again, I mean this was the most egregious one he's ever done. Remember I talked to you about him getting the ball underneath the basket, and before he even looks to go up and dunk the ball, like Jack went off on this too on the air. He pump fakes. There's nobody around him. There's no one there. Jack goes, "What the hell are you doing?" I went on X and people were talking about it online. Like, what on earth are you doing? There is no one around you. Go up and dunk the goddamn ball. What are you doing? Listen, I get it. He loves to share the ball, and he's a willing passer. But when you give up points underneath the basket, and if you guys think that I'm exaggerating on this, go watch the game in 30 or go on X to find the play. You'll see it there. You'll see it there. Maybe I'll post it on a short and I'll link it to the video. It made absolutely no sense why he's not just going up to finish to dunk it, lay it in, whatever the case may be. Like you're not even looking at the basket to attempt to finish the play. What the hell is that about? Darko went crazy. Darko went crazy on the sideline after this happened. But I went crazy too. I'm not even going to lie. I really, really did. But anyway, Orlando subsequently goes on an 8-0 run with 6:30 remaining in that second quarter. But the Raptors storm back. They're pushing the tempo. They're scoring in the paint, 24-16 advantage with 4 minutes remaining in that second quarter. Ingram now picks up his third foul with 152 remaining in that second quarter, but he's making shots. He's making shots. Remember, I told you he went 13 of 23 from the field. He had 15 points earlier with 152 remaining in that second quarter. And Scottie was doing a bit of everything out there. He was doing, remember, I told you he's like a Swiss Army knife. He got everything that you need. Scottie Barnes in this game, 36 minutes, 19 points, 7 of 14 from the field, 5 of 7 from the free throw line, gave you 9 rebounds, 6 assists, only 1 turnover, and 4 blocks in this game. 4 blocks in this game. And the plus minuses in this game are, strange when you look at it. Quickly, minus 16, Murray Boyles minus 19, Barnes is a plus 6 in 36 minutes. He was the only one who had a plus in this game as a starter. Everybody else was in the minus in this one. And so Scottie Barnes as well. To end the first half, there was 3 seconds on the clock, or just maybe 3.5 seconds. He gives a 2-hand full court pass, overhead pass to Jacoby Walter, who finishes the layup at the buzzer. Absolute thing of beauty. I said, wow, just absolutely wow. And the part that I didn't mention at the beginning of this game was on ESPN. This was a nationally televised game. So I'm saying, all right, you're trying to push Brandon Ingram to be an all-star. So everybody gets to have a good look at him at this point, right? But what matters even more than him playing well? They got to win. They got to win. And going into that second half, the Raptors end up playing really well. They're up 57-50. They had 21 assists on 25 made field goals. It was a 34-16 points in a paint advantage and an 18-7 fast break points advantage for the Raptors. And you're thinking, wow, maybe they can keep this up in the third quarter. Maybe they can. And damn it, did they ever? Did they ever? I mean, when you're not scoring, and this is something that Sam Mitchell brought up at the half, because this is something he used to talk about. So at the halftime, Kate Burness, Leo Routon, Sam Mitchell, and Sam Mitchell said that when he used to talk to Chris Bosh, when he was the coach, he used to say, when you're not scoring, what else can you do to help this team win? When you're not scoring, what else can you do to help this team win? And they brought that up because they were talking about Scottie Barnes. So even when he doesn't have a high point total from a scoring perspective, all the other things that he can do defensively, get into passing lanes, D up one-on-one, get in your face, pick you up from half court, block shots, do all these different things, assist, pass the ball, find guys in scoring position. He can do all these different things that makes him so damn effective. And I'm happy a lot of people got to see Scottie Barnes tonight because he was on full display with that arsenal as well tonight. Now, Murray Boyles picks up a couple dunks to start the third quarter, gets a nice pass from Scottie Barnes, who had 5 assists with 9:25 remaining in the third quarter. The Raptors now are go on a bit of a run. They have a 10-point lead with 6:50 remaining in the third quarter. It's 76-66. Quickly drills a 3. Ingram is doing damage. He has 21 points with 6:33 remaining in the queue. Quickly also was doing a good job rebounding. And overall in this game, he played 33 minutes. He had 13 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point range, gave you 7 rebounds, 6 assists, gave you a steal. That's not going to be enough to beat a team like the Orlando Magic. The Orlando Magic are 24-22. And I'm not sure if that was their record going into this game or if that was their record after the game. No, they're now 25-22. So they're 3 games over 500. But they're staring you down. They're staring you down. They're behind you. So they're coming for you. The Raptors now, you see, one thing about the Raptors is that the Raptors are one of the top teams in the East now. So you are now the team that everybody's coming after. You're not the team that's coming after these other guys. They're coming after you. And so you got to have a level of toughness. You have to have a level of focus when you're going out there playing against these teams like the Orlando Magic. And even though their record may not reflect the kind of team that they are a good team. They can explode. They have some damn good players on their team. When you look at the number, they had all 5 starters in double figures in this game. Banchero, 20 points. Wendell Carter Jr., 23 points on 9 of 14 shooting. Desmond Bane goes off in 36 minutes, 32 points, 7 of 10 from three-point range. Jalen Suggs, 14 points in this game in 33 minutes, 5 of 14 from the field. Anthony Black, 40 minutes, 25 points, 5 of 11 from the field. I mean, are you kidding me? And down the stretch in that third quarter, Colin Murray Boyles was bringing some pretty good energy. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block with 3:34 remaining in that third quarter. And overall in this game, 12 points, 5 of 7 shooting, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, and a block. But he had 5 turnovers. That's a bit on the high side, and you're not going to see that every game from Colin Murray Boyles, but it was a bit of an issue clearly tonight. Scottie, what I like about him, and I mentioned this before, and we've all talked about it, the way he pushes the ball up the court all the time, without failure. If there's a guy ahead, he's not holding on to the ball. He's pushing it ahead, getting the ball out in transition, and scoring before the defense gets a chance to set up in their half court. Now, he did pick up his 4th foul with 1:35 remaining in that third quarter. So I did have my eye on that. But he gets his 4th block as well with 1:10 remaining in that third quarter. And then he was taken out to finish that third quarter, which is a good choice. But the Raptors were getting out and running. And when you look at some of these team numbers, you look at fast break points, the Raptors were plus 10, 25 to 15 fast break points. And they were getting out into transition. 15-3 run turns into a 19-6 run to close the quarter. The Raptors were up 99-86 after the third quarter. I thought it was one of the best quarters they played the entire season. They were up 13 going into the fourth quarter. And then this is where the collapse, the choke job happened once again. Except this time it came a quarter later. Orlando starts off with a zone defense to start the quarter. And they weren't doing too bad against it, I guess. But then everything just went off the rails for the Raptors at this point. 7:45 remaining in that third quarter. And the Raptors have a 103-99 lead. But these guys are leaving shooters wide open. They're losing sight of Desmond Bane. I mean, what are you kidding me? You're going underneath screens on Bane? What? 103-102 after a Jalen Suggs 3. And now what I realized, especially offensively, the Raptors stopped moving the ball. They stopped pushing the pace. And now it's a 107-104 Orlando lead with 6:02 remaining. Ingram drills a big 3 out of the timeout. He had 32 points with 5:30 remaining in that fourth quarter. But Orlando drills its 16th three with 3:30 remaining. And with 2:24 remaining in that fourth quarter, the Orlando Magic have outscored the Raptors 33-10 in the fourth quarter.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on? What's happening over here during whole season, I've been calling it back. It's a complete crap.
I mean, are you kidding me? Seriously, are you kidding me? Let's look at some of the numbers here, guys, because here are some of the weird things about this. So Orlando was 40 of 78 from the field. The Raptors were 44 of 85 from the field. Now listen to this, because this is where the difference is. The Raptors were 7 of 28 from three-point range. They shot 25%. Orlando was 17 of 34. They shot 50% from three-point range. They were a plus 30 points. A plus 30 points from three-point range in this game. Plus 8 from the free throw line. The Raptors did out-rebound them by 4. But when you look at points in the paint as well, the Raptors had a 14-point advantage. But I guess what does it really matter when you're negative 30 from three-point range? They got to do something about three-point shooting. They have got to do something about three-point shooting. And with 2 minutes left, or just under 2 minutes left, I said, the hell with this. I'm just going to go do the show because I can't watch the end of this. I just can't. I'm sure a lot of you left long before I did, but I just could not make it to the end with what the hell I was seeing. I mean, oh God, that was rough. I mean, that had to be the worst fourth quarter that we had to witness this team play this season. And I'm going to say something right now, and I'm not happy I'm going to say it. And I wasn't going to say it, but I got to be honest. I saw this happening before it happened. When the Raptors went into that fourth quarter, there was something, I don't know what it was, but I just felt like the level of just, and we've talked about this ad nauseum. And the crazy thing is, remember when Jack Armstrong was on the show? What was it, last week? Was it last week? I think it was. When Jack Armstrong was on the show last week, the same things that he talked about, that we literally talked about, word for word, is the same things he said on the air. He said exactly word for word on the show, on my show, what he said on the air. He talked about Mike Tyson. When you get punched in the mouth, can you recover from that? And once again, just like it happened against the Knicks, they get punched in the mouth against the Orlando Magic in the fourth quarter and cannot recover. From the third quarter to the fourth quarter, this looked like a completely different team. And I knew it was going to happen. Typically, I don't. You just wait and see what's going to happen. But there's just a lack of toughness. It's like when I see the Raptors, even though they're a good team, if you're the opposition, I wouldn't say they're a team that you fear. You know nobody's going to give you a hard foul. You know they're not going to be physical with you. You know that if their game plan is to push the ball, push the tempo, and pound the rock in the paint, you know at some point they'll do it and it'll work, but for some reason they'll stop. They won't abuse you. And so I don't know at this point how you change that. I don't know. I think it's something that maybe over time will begin to see it change organically. If it's going to be something Darko's going to have to talk to them about, or I mean, because honestly, a part of it is a part of that is him as well. In regards to that toughness factor, it does come from your coaching as well. And so anyway, it's interesting. It's interesting, but like I mentioned, the Raptors are in Orlando. I believe they're at home on Sunday going up against the Utah Jazz. I hope I'm not wrong about that. Can I check that for you quickly? I believe they are. All right, let me check right here since I'm on my tablet. Who do we got? Yep, the Utah Jazz on Sunday at 6 o'clock. So at Mike Roach 7 on IG, at Mike Roach 23 on X. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, and share the show. Likes, comments, concerns, get in there. Let's talk about it. Once again, I will get back to you as quick as I possibly can. We got a lot of things that we got to discuss. Also, trade deadline is coming up in less than a week. There are a lot of things that we have to discuss. Another player profile show is coming up. I won't tell you who it is yet, but another episode player profile is coming up. Hope you guys are enjoying those. Appreciate all the love and support. This is the Mike Roach Show. I will be back again soon, and I'm out.